There is nothing to earn, nothing to prove, nothing to hustle for. I want to lay this out so clearly and so simply so that it can allay some fears and confusion, and you can breathe into this. In fact, let's breathe into this together, because this is going to be brief, but it is a transmission of energy that is going to be liberating for you, and it's going to lay out a premise that is so light, so simple. It's going to feel like a breath of fresh air. So let's start with the breath. And you can just close your eyes and take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just be really present with these words, because I'd like you to embrace this idea that this is a soul-to-soul transmission. This is, as we are all one, it's really not coming from me. It's coming from your own soul reflected through me. So here we go. Life is really simple when you get down to it. Everything you're experiencing on the outside, the people, the circumstances, the money, the opportunities, even the challenges, that all started inside. It started in your imagination. For all intents and purposes, imagination is God. Because even when you, whether you like the word God or not, or you choose to reject it or accept it, the idea of God exists in your imagination. You have no other filter of experiencing God other than through your own imagination. So by default, which came first, the chicken or the egg? It all started in your imagination, everything. It began as a thought, an image, a feeling. It was a scene you played in your mind's eye, maybe over and over again. And whether you meant to or not, that little story you were telling inside, it became the movie playing on the screen of your life. This is how it always works. Life is lived on the inside first in the imagination, then in the world. Inner to outer. And here's what a lot of people miss. There's nothing to push for. There is nothing to earn. There is nothing to prove. There's nothing to be worthy of. There's nothing to hustle for. Why? Because it's already done. Creation is finished. There is nothing new under the sun. In your imagination, you exist untethered. You are boundless. You are limitless. When you think of something in your imagination that you would like to be, do, or have, and you can picture it as being already fulfilled, already a promise made good on, you're experiencing it, and in your imagination, do you go through all the machinations, all the formulaic how-tos of how you got there? No. Why would you place those limitations on yourself and figuring out the how or the means to which you arrive at this desired state? Why would you go through all that in your imagination, where in that space you are unbound? There is no resistance except for what you create. There is no limitation except for the limitations you create. And why would you do that in the one place you're totally free? In your own imagination. So the moment you decide that something is already yours, the moment you choose to believe it in your heart and feel it in your bones, and you imagine this, and you're in the feeling of it, and I'm not talking about the feeling of you feel elated or happy or joyous or ecstatic. I'm talking about feeling it like it's already real. It's already come to pass. And if you can hold that long enough in your imagination, you realize, I'm no longer chasing it, I'm living it. I've already stepped into the state where it's already so. And you don't have to go through all the things in your imagination that got you there. You can just hold that state. So think about it. Every single thing you've ever had in your life, every experience, every relationship, every success or struggle, it first existed in realms unseen, in your imagination, inside you. So if you want to change what's showing up outside, you don't hustle harder. You don't beg the universe. You don't push or prove or force. You go inside. You shut off the world of sensory impulse in such a way where you stop responding to the outer world to say, I am that. You go inside to say, I am that. And you agree within yourself to see life differently. In your imagination, to live life differently. You decide to stop resisting the truth of all that which you are. You remember that you are already complete, already whole. You are already love. You are already free. You stop the games of fear and doubt, the am I worthy stories, or can I have this type of mental games, because when we do this, whose metric or yardstick are we basing this worthiness on? Proving something based on whose idea of, okay, you can have that now. Because guess what? You've already been given all of it. You already are all of it. You are all that you could ever want to be, and it's only your own mind that's putting up fences where there are none. So when you feel the need to hustle, to strive, to prove yourself, that's the old wound talking. That's the old you that has the voice that says, I have to earn love or worth or wholeness. Again, based on whose yardstick, based on whose metric. What is there to earn if you are already all that you are? And in the inner self, in that world of your imagination, and it is vast, it is limitless, it is unbound, you are already all that. The only limitations that exist there are the ones that you put in place. So here's the thing. The forcing, the hustling, the proving, the pushing, the need to earn. You know what these really are? They're forms of avoidance. These are all ways of avoiding the truth of who you are, already complete, already whole, already full. They're distractions. From what? From the love that's already fully complete and total inside you. And all of these forms of avoidance are the exact opposite of ease. You want ease? Well, here's the thing, and a lot of people don't like to hear this, it's your natural state. When you embrace the truth of the inner self that's unbound, that's limitless, that exists without limitation, that is totally and completely free right now. Ease, when you embrace this, that's your natural state. It's your birthright. So once again, I'm going to ask you to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, and breathe into this truth. There is nothing to force. There is nothing to prove. There is nothing to hustle for. There is nothing to earn. There is only the state of being that you choose to hold inside yourself. And the longer you hold it without placing limitations or resisting or pushing back against it, the longer you hold that state, the more the outer world reflects it like a perfect mirror. Because to bring this back to the simplicity part, life is really simple when you get down to it. That's what it is. It's a reflection of what you hold true as your inner state. What you choose to hold inside yourself. The world has to reflect it, because the outer world is a perfect mirror of your inner state. So choose the state you want. If you were already that thing you want to be, do, or have, what would you choose to do right now? If it were already so, you were already that. How would you choose to go about the rest of your day? What would your thoughts be? What would your actions and behaviors be? Feel it deeply. Act as if you're already that. Live it inside yourself. And make this handshake, this agreement with your outer self that you will live as this version of you now. And watch how life shuffles the deck differently. Watch how life rearranges itself in the most magical ways, because the real work is not out there. It's not changing this thing or redoing your branding, or it's not any of that stuff. Not really. That's just follow-up stuff to who you are being. It's not out there. There's nothing to fix out there, outside. It's inside, and that even doesn't need fixing. It's a resetting to all the love that you already are, and anything where you are pushing or resisting against that is saying, I am resisting my own naturalness, my state of ease. And the moment you say yes to whatever state you are choosing, as reflective of this truth, when it is all the love that you are, you embrace that. All the love that you are, you act from that. All the love that you are, your aura radiantly shines with that. As far as the mirror of outer reality is concerned, it's already done. All that's required is you fully say yes to who you truly are. And if you'd like some help with this, this is my magic. This is my wheelhouse. This is what I do. There are ways to check out, in the description of this video, ways to work with me. And if that appeals to you, reach out. If you like this content, if this spoke to you today, let me know in the comments how this gives you maybe some clarity, and how this kind of dissipates the fog of confusion. And if you like this content, please subscribe. It helps me, it helps the algorithm to find others who also can resonate with these messages. And I want to wish you so much love and peace and naturalness of your own ease. Many blessings.